All right. Good evening, guys. Good evening. If you can, guys, turn on your cameras for me. I appreciate the people that do have those on, but turn on your cameras if you can. Appreciate it. But happy Wednesday, guys. I hope everybody's having a great day, productive day, and protecting a ton of families. We are going to keep this super short and super sweet, but guys, we just want to make sure we know the basics of the great company AMERICO, guys. AMERICO is honestly my favorite carrier. They pay the quickest. They pay us the top comp. They get our clients approved the fastest. And guys, just a great company to work with. So how about this? If you've written an AMERICO policy, can you put a yes in the chat for me? I want to see how many people have written an AMERICO policy. Put a yes in the chat for me. Cool. We've got some people that have already written some AMERICO. Cool. Awesome, guys. And real quick, if you haven't, guys, they're so dang easy. They're so user friendly. I'm the most anti-tech person there is. And guys, the application is super straightforward. And like I said, they're getting our clients approved on the spot and us paid in 48 hours. So it's really cool. So guys, real quick, we're going to start from the top. My name's Josh Crenshaw. If you don't know me, I got Alondra Topete right next to me. And we are the presidents of Ffl Relentless. And guys, we just want to make this again. So when you get off this call, you're more confident in writing AMERICO. And again, we just want you guys to get paid faster and to protect more families so we can stay in business, guys, because that's the name of the game, right? We got to write policies and protect families so we get compensated so we can protect more families. I think early on, a lot of us, we overcomplicate this thing. We want to know every single thing about every single carrier and every single product. And it's easy to get overwhelmed, right? I don't know about you, but when I started, there was so much information, I got overloaded. I was like, man, I don't know which carrier to go with. I don't know which product to go with. If you've been there or you're there right now, put a 5 in the chat. If you've been, man, like I'm overwhelmed, there's so much information. I just, Stacy, right? That's what we do, guys. That's what we want to make a little more seamless and a little more transparent. Because, guys, cool thing here, if you got AMERICO, which is awesome, I know there's some people that just can't get them or haven't had them yet, contracted with them. But, guys, 90% of all the business I ever wrote went through AMERICO. Okay. And I know a lot of people out there in FFL have the same. If you're contracted, guys, there's no reason you shouldn't be putting all your business through them. Reason being, like I said, they're going to approve the client, approve or deny within 5 to 10 minutes of you doing the application. So that's a reason we lead with them. Because guys, when we're on the phone or we're in home with our clients, there's not a better feeling than being able to turn your laptop or share that the client's already been approved for coverage. Okay. That's one of the main benefits of leading with them. So we're going to dig into the products. We're not going to go too deep and name off every single product they have, but the main ones where you're going to put about 80% of your business, we're going to go into those. If you've got a pen and paper, take notes, guys. And again, we just want you to be more confident before you got on this meeting when you get off. Okay. So we're going to start at the top. Products, guys. Products. So we're going to start with our final expense product. That is called the Eagle Premier Series. Okay. And write this stuff down. Eagle Premier is going to be the final expense product. They start at age 50 and they go all the way up to age 85. 50 all the way up to 85. Okay. The coverage amounts, they go from 0 all the way up to 30,000 is the max benefit. 0 all the way up to 30,000. Okay. Great thing here, guys. Again, all of them are going to be simplified issue. There's no blood, no urine, nothing on all these products. And you're going to know when you apply with the coverage, whether the client can get approved or denied in about 5 minutes into the application. Okay. It comes with a matching accidental. So say I sign up my grandpa Jimmy, okay, and Jimmy's 72 and he chooses 20,000 in coverage. Okay. Jimmy's going to get a matching accidental with that 20,000 of coverage for free. Okay. So the death benefit's automatically going to be 20,000 if he chooses that, but he's going to get a matching accidental for 20,000 as well. So total coverage, guys, he's got 40,000. So which is really cool because not a lot of people throw that in without having to add more in price. So again, that's a built-in, honestly, a built-in nugget we can give for our clients without, adding more. Because I know most other carriers, guys, if we want to add that, they're not able to get that coverage. So really cool there. They also have a common carrier accidental. So again, if they were to pass away in like a bus accident or pass away on an airplane, you know, God forbid, right? They'll get actually triple the death benefit. So instead of it being 20,000, they'll actually get 60,000 just from it being a common carrier. So which is really cool. Anything else you want to hit on with the Eagle Premier that I missed?
Yep. It also includes the terminal illness rider. If you guys are not aware, AMERICO includes that. Again, a lot of carriers don't, so it's just another perk that you're able to give your clients, letting them know that, hey, you have the terminal illness rider. If you were to get diagnosed with a terminal illness, at that point, your terminal illness rider would kick in. You would stop paying for the policy, and the policy would pay you out while they're still alive. Portion of the policy, they will keep it until you finally pass away, and then they will give it away to the remaining balance to your beneficiary. So that is just making sure that you know. And yes, Max, they are the only carrier that offers for your clients above the age 70 to have the accidental rider. So I know a lot of people run away from AMERICO because they try to price budget, and they're like, oh, it's $3 more expensive. But really, we're missing all the benefits that we have, and we're letting down our clients because someone else is going to come in and say, hey, for $2 more, this is, this product of the AMERICO Eagle is going to cover you in the event of the accident. You're going to get doubled, if not tripled, depends on the way you were to pass away. So making sure that, guys, we lead with AMERICO. It's value over. That's like the biggest thing is when it comes to AMERICO with everybody else, is just you're offering your clients more benefits.
And guys, how many people have either been on the phone or in the home and they run into a client that's a smoker? Put a 1 in the chat. They've run into someone that's a smoker. Okay. And sometimes, guys, with carriers, that can really knock them out of their budget right away. That can add another $30, $60 monthly in premium just for them being a smoker. So the great thing with Eagle Premier, they'll actually give them a quit smoking advantage, and it's included, guys. So what's cool, they're going to give them a non-smoker rate for 3 years. So it allows them the opportunity to quit smoking, and it allow them to give them the opportunity to keep that rate as a non-smoker. So guys, that right there, if you run into a smoker and you're looking at even other carriers trying to price match, AMERICO blows it out of the water just because they're going to give them that non-smoker rate. And guys, ask the clients before you just go ahead and throw that out there. John, do you plan on quitting in the near future? Do you plan on quitting smoking in the near future? Right? Because guys, I've talked to some and they're like, I have no intention of smoking. That's what gets me up every day. That's what helps me get through my days. Then that's probably, I'm going to give them the smoker rate, right? Like we're probably just going to lead with that smoker rate. But most people are like, man, I'm trying every day, right? Like we're trying to quit. I'm on the gum or I'm doing whatever I can to quit. So guys, that's where I feel comfortable offering that non-smoker rate. So if all that makes sense on Eagle Premier, guys, give me a 3. We got 98 people in here. Give me a 3 if that makes sense. And guys, again, we want to keep it so straightforward, so simple. That is our Eagle Premier final expense product. And it goes up to 30,000 in coverage, and it approves on the spot. Approve or deny. Really cool.
It's a whole life. A lot of people, it can be worded as burial plan, leaving money behind for your family. So don't just see it as final expense. It's just permanent coverage. This can be sold to your clients who are healthy, and maybe they're just looking for some permanent coverage that they want to be able to protect their family with. Maybe they want to take care of their burial. I will say, hey, this is your burial policy. Or, hey, this is your a permanent policy to leave behind your family, to leave a legacy behind. So it's always the same. It's just how you word it. Just making sure that they know that this is a whole life. Your policy is going to stay the same. It's never going to cancel. You build cash value. So if you ever were to cancel or you want to surrender your policy, you have that cash value that's built up, and it's in the policy. It also is going to have a policy summary that is going to show what the premiums are going to be every single year. So they can see that their premium is never going to change, and they can see that their coverage amount is that same amount from day one if they are able to get approved level. Typically, if a client gets declined with, you guys get the box that says, hey, your client's not approved. Typically at that point, it's just pivot. I never try to get the guaranteed issue product through them. AMERICO's working on something for that, but as of now, it's just kind of everybody just writes Eagle Premier level. That's the product that we write.
Awesome, guys. Well, we're going to transfer over to the term products. I'm going to have Alondra start us out on the term products. And guys, we're only going to go over the most popular ones. I know when you hit that drop down box, it could look intimidating because you see all those products. We're going to stick with the main ones that people go with. And again, we'll go over amounts and everything like that.
Got it. So when it comes to your clients that you can insure with AMERICO, it's going to be everyone who is a resident and has a social, or they can be or a citizen, of course. But they just need to have a social. They do not insure ITINs just yet, so we can't go with that route. So when it comes to the products, there's like the terms. They all fall under the mortgage term series, and that's going to be just a regular term. The term 125 and the term CBO, it can be the 50 or the 100. Okay, so the biggest difference is the term 100, guys, is a straight term. It's never going to change. You can put the guaranteed values. I just want to make sure when you guys are quoting this, any of the term products, when you're looking below on just the terms where it says GTD, that's guaranteed, you want to make sure that you select the amount. That means how many years the premium is guaranteed. So if you do guaranteed like 5-15, that only means it's a 15-year term and you're only insuring the premium for 5 years. So you want to make sure that you select the ones that just say GTD, either 30, 20, 25, whatever years you are selecting for the term. Okay, so term 100, straight term. The term 125 is going to have 25% additional of whatever coverage you have. So if your client wants a $100,000 policy and you get the 125, your clients are able to get 25% additional of the coverage amount. So they would have 125,000 if they were to get the accidental one. So no, you do select GTD. GTD means guaranteed. So you're guaranteeing the premium for a certain amount of years. So don't do the one that says GTD 5-30. That would mean that you're only guaranteeing the premium to not change for 5 years. It would be guaranteed for 5 years, and then after it would be renew every year. So make sure you're selecting GTD 30, guaranteed for 30 years. Okay.
And guys, if you go to your quote tool and you select the term, like the term 100, it'll show you 5-year guaranteed, and then it'll show you the whole term guaranteed. So guys, we want, just like mortgage rates, right? We want those things locked in for a long time. So we don't want to do anything short term. So you're never going to go with the 5 guaranteed. Okay. So super simple. Don't overcomplicate that, but never select the 5 GTD.
As well as when it comes to those, so it's either they want the accidental included, which is going to be the 125 compared to the 100. The 125 is going to pay you a little bit more, guys, but sometimes, like if it's a price difference and they don't care for the accidental, I'm going to write them the term 100. I just want my clients approved, which is the biggest part. Second, it's going to be the CBO. So you have the option to do CBO 100 or the CBO 50. Just like the name, you're either going to get 50% of the premiums at the end of the term, or you're going to get 100% of the end of the term. Again, it's whatever your client chooses. Obviously, the GTD, the 100 is going to be a little bit more expensive than the 50, but that's just because they're getting their money back. Okay, it's a win-win for the clients. I love to sell the CBO because a lot of people like getting their money back. A lot of people are used to the company that rhymes with Erica, and they don't get their cash back. So a lot of people really like, especially in the Latino market, they do like receiving their money back at the end of the term. It's a no-brainer. I like to tell people, hey, this is like a savings account. It's just money that's going to be there. If it's going to protect you while you have your house, while your kids are growing up. Your most important years, you're going to have something just in case if something were to happen to you. If nothing happens to you, you're going to get all that money back at the end, and you're able to put that money wherever you want. At that point, if you want to invest it, I can help you, and we'll put it into an annuity and let that sucker grow. Or you could do whatever you want. Pay your house off. I mean, it's your money at the end of the day. You move that money and have that pay for your final expenses. But regardless, your clients appreciate that when you give them the options, if that's in their price. A lot of the times I want to include, we want to sell like an index universal life, but really the budget is for a CBO. Guys, the difference between the index universal life is the index universal life premiums are not set. So the cost of insurance is going to go up every single year, whereas the CBO is straight. Like you're paying your premium and it's never going to change. Whereas at the end, they're not hit with a surprise bill of, hey, you need to pay more money or else your policy is going to lapse. It's straight. And I love showing the clients that. If you're in person, I like to carry my policy. I have an AMERICO policy myself. I show my clients, I turn to the premium page and I show them, hey, look, this is what you're paying in year 1. This is what you're paying in year 30. Your premium is never going to change. People like guarantees. They like knowing that, especially because a lot of the times that your clients have already had any sort of encounter with insurance, it was a lot of the times negative. It was graded. They were sold a policy that's going to go up. It's going to expire. Nobody told them that. So they appreciate guarantees, being able to visually see what you're telling them is on their policies.
Yep. And guys, the cash back option, the CBO. So all it is term, and you get the cash back at the end of it if you outlive it, right? Which is really cool. And the way you say it, the way you kind of upsell it, guys, is, hey, most term policies, if you were to outlive, great, you didn't use the insurance, but you also, all that money's gone, right? So the great option with the cash back, if you outlive it, great, right? That's what we want. You get all the money back that you put into the policy. So that's kind of how we spin it. And then guys, they go 15, 20, 25, and 30 year on the term products based off of your age. So if you run into a client and they're 59, guys, put them into the quote tool. Put them into the quote tool, because what's cool, it'll give them literally all their options right there. It'll give them how many years they qualify for. Okay. So if you're not sure and you don't remember and you don't have your notes right in front of you, plug in their age and the coverage amount they're looking for, and it'll show you all of the lengths that they qualify for, which is really cool. And then guys, coverage amounts, they go up to 450,000 non-med. So again, no blood, no urine, and they're going to tell you on the spot whether they're approved or declined within 10 minutes of the application. So whether you're doing telesales or in-home, it's a great tool to utilize, because guys, that's how we solidify a policy, is being able to tell them that they're approved on the spot. Okay. Because a lot of times with other carriers, we can submit an application and we have to tell the client, hey, Bob, I submitted the application. Everything looks good, but I won't have a final answer for the next 24 to 48 hours. Guys, people sometimes get, eerie of that. They want us to know, like, if I submit an application, guys, I'm at a car dealership and I don't know my credit, right? And I submit an application, I want to know if I can get approved for the car while I'm at the dealership, right? It's the same thing for insurance. People like to know that they can get qualified while they're doing the process. It's the same exact thing. Okay. So guys, and then if you got your quote tool, pull it up for me. You got your quote tool. Go plug in the state you're in, guys, and search yourself. Search a product for yourself. So say I want to do a term 100 and I'm in California. I'm going to submit my age. Guys, I'm 32, getting a little older. I'm a non-smoker. And let's say I want 400,000 in coverage. Run. It'll run the illustration. And then guys, it's going to give me my 15, 20, 25, and 30 year prices up to 400,000. But guys, that's how simple it is. If you want to write up a client or a family member, a mom, dad, or anybody, just plug it in. It's practice, right? It's practice. You want to be a professional when you're on the phone or you're in the home. So guys, get good using the quoting tool. Get good knowing where to go. Because when you quote somebody and we plug in the application, you want to know where to go with that stuff. But guys, term 100, who knows how old the client can be for term 100? How old can you be? I'll wait for someone to answer.
Anybody know? 70. I think it's 75.
Mm-hmm. So guys, that actually goes up to 70 years old. So how many term products stop at 60, right? So again, another great option for people that financially are in a spot to pay for a term policy at 65, 68. But guys, how many people have run into those clients where they're just like, I want a term, I want nothing else, I just want a term, right? But give me a 3 in the chat if you run into those. And we kind of get flustered because we're like, oh my gosh, right? It's going to be I don't know which carrier goes up that high. Guys, start with AMERICO. Go to your quote tool, plug in their age, and you can kind of go from there.
Guys, it's actually 75. So you can still get on a super, super healthy client, guys. You can go up to till age 75. They can qualify for a 15-year term on a straight term. So guys, I mean, my biggest deal to this date was on a 75-year-old. We got him a massive, massive term. And it was instant approved. He loved it. No medical. He's like, this is like right up my alley. So it's 75. So write that down. It's awesome. Again, you're able to turn around and give your clients instant approval.
So guys, I just ran a quote. So listen how cool this is, right? So say you sat with a 75-year-old and they're like, I only want a term. My budget's like less than $200. I can't go anything higher than $200. Because you could get them a 15-year term for $25,000 in coverage at $153. And guys, that covers them till age 90. So, I mean, again, it's a great option. You're not going to run into most terms that do that without having a medical. So again, great option. It's affordable, and guys, just play with the amount. When you run the quote, play with the amount to make sure it's in budget. Who knows the main way to differentiate to go a final expense or a term product? So if you're going through the financial inventory, what's the main way we're going to push someone to like an Eagle Premier over a term? Someone put it in the chat. I'll wait. Health and amount. So Roxanne, great. Health and age. Keep going. Give me some more. Health, age, and amount. Guys, budget, and health. Budget and health, right? I don't know how many people have done a policy and they're in the home, right? And the client's like, well, I want 100,000, right? And you go through their budget and they've got like 100 disposable income at the end of every month, right? And then you show them 100,000 and it's like $800. Guys, we've all been there. So guys, but prior to get to that, because we've done it, we've all been in the home, the people that have done it consistently, guys, people, like, if you show them something like that, sometimes it just irks them that you would even show them an amount like that. So guys, it's our job not to sell them, but it's our job to guide them in what's going to be best fit for them. So guys, if I meet with someone and let's say I meet with Janet. Janet's 62, right? She's on diabetic medication, and she was on diabetes at 25, right? She was diagnosed, right? And at the end of every month, she's got about $150 that she can put towards some sort of insurance. Guys, right off the bat, I'm looking to probably get her approved with an Eagle Premier and run her through the pre-check just to make sure she can get approved for coverage, right? Because we'll go over, Angelica, we'll go over some hypotheticals at the end of this. But guys, you got to know who you're speaking to, because that's where, like, the quotes don't sell, right? The quotes don't sell. It's our professionalism, and it's our job to ask the questions to figure out where they're at, because again, we just want to make sure, one, that they can get approved for coverage, but two, more importantly, that they can keep this thing, right? Because I tell my clients, hey, Mary, I don't want you to get a flat tire on your car and then you have to go and cancel your life insurance policy. That's the last thing I want. I want this thing to make sense today and then for the rest of your life. Because again, on your family's worst day, this is going to be coverage that's going to be in place that you can afford. And I want them to be able to have that check on their worst day, right? So guys, and that's how we lead with it. But you got to do the right thing on the financial inventory so we can point our clients in the right spot. Okay. But again, a great way, guys, just run your quotes, man. Run your quotes, do them in your head. You can even write them down. You don't have to show the client, but again, figure out what's going to be best for them based off of their age, health, and budget.
I like to also tell clients, whenever I know that, hey, we're looking at the budget and there's absolutely no way, say somebody wants 100,000. I don't want to, that's all I want. Like, I want 100,000, but you broke down the budget and you already know that 100,000 is not going to be in their budget. I like to tell clients, like, before I even show them the numbers, hey, Bob, I don't want to show you another payment that's going to be like another mortgage payment or another rent. Like, at your age, you need to be spending your money enjoying your family and leaving just enough that just in case if something happens to you, you did your responsibility to take care of them, but you're also not going to, sometimes an emergency happens, you're going to want to cancel the policy because it's such a big bill. How about we get just enough to make sure that we have a plan set up for your family that's going to fit in your budget, and you're still going to have time to have money and, to to spend the time with your family right now and enjoying it. They appreciate when you're honest like that to them. I've not had a single client that I've said that to them that doesn't make them understand. They're like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. If they ever say, oh, it's so expensive, but it's like, Bob, you waited now until you were 75 to get something. Think of all the years that you saved by not having insurance. We need to get this done, taken care of today. Again, when you're honest with that, your clients can see that and they appreciate that. It's something that they understand and they know you're not trying to sell them instead of, oh yeah, let me just show you all these different quotes for a couple hundred dollars. They're gonna be like, I can't afford that. But if you're honest with them and you communicate, they'll understand and they'll make a decision. Your clients don't make a decision if they are confused.
Yep. And guys, all the term products we went over, right? So the term 100, the term 125, and the cashback option. Okay. All of those, if you're not in California, I'm sorry, California, but if you're not in California, they all come with living benefits included at no additional price. And what I say, living benefits. So what that means is any heart attack, stroke, cancer, they have access to a certain amount of funds in their policy while they're still living. And guys, that is a huge selling point because again, they're like, man, well, I have to kick the bucket, right? I have to die for my family to get any of that. If you're not in California, they have access to those funds. If any of those unfortunate life events come up, they're able to access funds in their policy while they're still living. So again, chronic, and terminal, all included. So they're not paying any extra for that. In California, there's only going to be terminal included in that policy. So again, they would still have access to some of the funds if they were diagnosed terminally ill with less than 12 months to live in California. But outside of every other state, guys, they're all included. You're not paying anything additional. Other carriers, you have to add that stuff and it starts tacking in price. AMERICO's kind of your one-stop shop. You're able to show them the price is the price and they're getting all these perks in these different policies.
So I sold a lot in California, and I know that we only had terminal in California, and AMERICO was still heavily, heavily, heavily my product of choice. And you're like, Alondra, well, what the heck? How did you sell a lot of terms when you did not have the living benefits in California? So what I would do, guys, is the AMERICO product is bar none. I mean, the CBO product, a lot of people love that. That was like a no-brainer for them. So what I would do is I would say, okay, hey, because you got qualified at the end of the plan, like we already picked what plan they want, we got them insured. Okay, because we were able to get this set up, whether the CBO or just a regular term, we're able to apply. Since this approved you, we're able to apply for a supplemental policy that's going to cover you in the case and event of a terminal, chronic, or critical. Guys, I would sell a term policy like as on top of my CBOs or any product that I got with AMERICO, with National Life Group in California. And it was an absolute no-brainer. I would show them terms. I mean, the terms are so cheap, and if they were healthy and they got approved for the CBO, typically I knew that they were going to get approved with National Life Group, and it was a supplement to what they already had. So not only was I giving them the cash back option, I was also giving them the living benefits. I was applying for a term policy for like, I don't know, 300,000, 200,000, whatever. I'd give them the different options. I'd show them a 30-year, and I'd give them, here's 300, here's 200, and here's 100,000 in coverage that you can add as a supplemental because you got approved with your CBO. Guys, my clients absolutely loved it. The price was really cheap because it was just a term, and I was selling them the living benefit. So if a lot of you guys are writing like IULs in California because you want to give your clients a living benefit, blend the two like I did. Your clients appreciate that more because you're selling them a product that's going to give them their money back, or the premiums are staying the same, and you're also giving them the living benefit feature. It's just like it's added as a supplemental. That's how I explained it to them. That's how I sold it to them. Guys, my clients appreciate it so much, and those are the policies that are still in the books. Clients are not going to cancel like one policy, and if they were, they have two companies they have to call. Again, they appreciate, and nobody's going to go in and sell behind you because you took care of it all. So if that's what you're doing because you think California, I mean, it sucks. There's nothing we can do. It's just a state rule. They will not let AMERICO's filed it. Mutual of Omaha also doesn't have it. So that's just a little trick and tip that I wanted to give in regards to that.
And guys, for all my telesales people on here, guys, they do have a text signature as well. So again, it makes it extremely, straightforward for my non-techie people. They'll literally get a text security code, and then they read that code back to you, and you're able to apply it to the application instead of having most carriers have an email signature, right? So say I'm in Nevada and I'm signing up in California. Typically we would have to email something over to them, right? And guys, I don't know about you, but man, I can barely hop on Zoom. So if I'm speaking to 68-year-old Mary and she has no idea where her email is or how to get to it on her cell phone, guys, it's so much easier just getting a text and reading the code. And that's how we're able to just simplify the process, make it easier for our client. That's the name of the game. Keep it straightforward. And guys, it just makes the process so much faster too. Because I've even done one personally a couple months ago, and I was like, man, this is taking a while. Like I was explaining it, she didn't know how to open it on her email, and we were just kind of tripping over ourselves, right? And that's normal. That's normal. Stacy, I'm with you. I still haven't. I'm with you, Stacy. So again, guys, text signature on both the term and the FEX on for the initial underwriting, which is really cool. Which Kimberly Americo has the text signature, so yeah. Really cool.
The term will still have you at the end do the email signature, but as far as like MIB, it's just still text signature. So that's super, super cool.
Next point, guys, there's a new client portal, and it allows clients to view their policies on the client portal. And I don't know about you, how many times have you, say you're in home and you leave them their information, how much they're paying and all that. Guys, and then they wait like a week and they're blowing you up. Hey, I haven't received anything. Why is it taking so long? Where's my policy at? Guys, it's super cool because now they can just log in and view everything, their policy details, their payment date, their policy number. And guys, the beneficiaries, guys, all that does, we're the professionals, right? It gives us more credibility when we're in the home. Because again, I don't know about you guys, but there's so many people out there that are just so scared of getting scammed, and they're so scared of, giving out their information. Guys, anything that's going to give us an extra edge in being more credible in the home or on the phone, it helps us. So if we're keeping it simple, getting them approved within 10 to 15 minutes, making sure it's affordable, then they have access online to view their policy. Guys, that's a home run. That's a no-brainer for me. Era, go ahead.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm actually on mine right now, and it lets you see everything. There's forms. They still request for like all the forms that they want to do. It's all on here. And then they just they can either do it from their phone or they can download it, print it out, and just send it to submit@americo.com. But it's all on here. It's super, super cool.
Guys, one of the main things we would do when we were running in the field heavy, guys, it helps having marketing material, not just like a form, a credibility sheet that you're leaving with your card stapled to it. Guys, call the carrier, right? If you have questions about a product or you're unsure about, what you can offer them, guys, call the carrier, man. You can talk to the marketing department and they'll actually mail you product information so you can leave with your client, which is awesome. And even if you're doing telesales, guys, so say you're doing an Eagle Premier, right? It's nice to have all the information right in front of you so you can just read off some of the benefits and perks of having an Eagle Premier product through AMERICO. It'll tell you all about the company, A-rated, privately owned, one of the biggest privately owned insurance companies in the USA. But guys, it's just nice to have that information and look more as a professional. So guys, I would call, have them send you Eagle Premier pamphlets, have them send you Term 100, Term 125, and CBO pamphlets. And you can actually request folders as well. So again, if you're leaving all that information with the client, guys, it just helps us look more of a professional and they feel more confident in the process and doing business with you as well. And guys, that's just little stuff that, some agents, how many of us have walked in behind an agent and all they did was leave their card? They didn't have policy information. They didn't have the account, not the account number, the policy numbers, the amount they have. Guys, we do it all the time. We see it all the time. They're like, I have no idea what I have. I'm paying $80 a month. I have no idea what I have. Guys, if I'm an agent coming behind that, Guys, that's a no-brainer because not only am I going to build the relationship with them, what I'm going to say is, Mary, so if you died today and you're paying $80 a month, how is your daughter that lives 3 states away going to have any idea that you have any insurance at all? If you don't have any insurance yourself, if you don't have any information on hand yourself. And they're going to be like, oh my gosh, Josh, you're so right. Like, I have no idea. So what I do, guys, I'll say, hey, Mary, so what I'm going to do, go ahead and pull up your bank statement. I'm going to see which company is actually drafting you. We're going to call that company together and see what you actually have. And then we'll move forward seeing if there's a better plan out there for you. Because again, I just want to make sure when you pass away, your daughter's got all that information ready to go. And I don't know about you, Mary, but calling the insurance companies after a family member's pass, it's already hard enough. And that's why you're going to have me in between. So again, on your family's worst day, they have me to call the insurance carrier so I can help you submit the death claim. Guys, that helps out so much. Because again, sometimes it's not about just the money, right? If they can save $5 to $10 or they've got a certain amount that they're with, but they don't know what the process looks like for their family, that's what you're doing as a professional to solidify your deal and knowing that, hey, not only did we put you in a better plan for you and your family, you have me in between, you and the insurance carrier. Guys, that stuff goes so far because, again, they just want to know that their family's not going to be alone on that day, right? So, again, it's just little stuff, guys. You making yourself a lot more credible and just knowing that they can trust you and they have you in the back pocket. And one of the last thing, guys, I know we talked about it, but I just want to harp on it. I don't think we say it enough, but don't sell off price. That's the biggest thing I could really tell you. Don't sell off price. And guys, as an agent, this isn't something we talk about a lot, but guys, you got to get paid, man. You got to get paid. How many people have submitted business with a carrier because it was $15 cheaper, and then we didn't know if they got approved for about 30 days? How many of us have been there? Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat. Nobody's done that. Reason I'm saying this, guys, because again, if you're not getting paid, you don't stay in business and you can't protect more families, right? Because that's the name of the game. We want to get the client approved. You got to get paid, and we got to invest more in leads so we can protect more families so you can stay in business. And that's why I've loved AMERICO since day one. They pay us the most, they pay us the fastest, and they approve our clients the fastest, which is most importantly. And guys, I don't know about you, if you've heard, they came out with they had an 8% bonus. They upped it to 10% bonus now, the You First bonus. If you know what that is, put yes in the chat. If you know what that is, the You First bonus. Don does. Jordan, Tiffany. So pretty much everybody selling AMERICO knows what that is. Okay. So Roxanne, what it is, so they're starting it on June 1st, and it's bi-yearly. It's a bi-yearly bonus if you qualify for it. But what it is starting through June 1st, and it actually goes through
November 30th.
November 30th. Okay. So what it is, if you pay $45,000 in total premium for that 6 months of work, okay, they're going to give you a 10% bonus if you qualify. So if I go write $100,000 of AMERICO in AP issue paid, they're going to give me a $10,000 bonus just for writing their products. And guys, I don't know about you, but right before Christmas, when everybody's looking to go do all their shopping, an extra 10 grand adds up, right? And guys, not to brag or show off, but when we were running heavy, I think we got like $30,000 after one of those bonuses.
We were competing for sure. Who's bonus is going to be better?
Guys, and that's bi-yearly. So not only are they doing it once, they're doing it twice. So there's no reason you're not going with AMERICO, because again, guys, that's stuff that they can't charge back. That's if you're submitting business and you're getting it paid and you're doing the right work, guys, they're going to pay you that bonus. So again, it was 8% for this last cycle. They upped it to 10%, and they're going to keep it at 10%, which is really cool. So your goal should be to go hit your You First bonus. And again, that starts June 1st and it expires November 30th, and you get paid right before Christmas. So again, you get a nice check in the mail. And I don't know, the top guy, Steve Giordano, right? He's a stud, but he writes all AMERICO. Guys, I think he got literally an $80,000 bonus. on top of all his commissions, on top of overrides, on top of everything for app. So again, if you got your AMERICO code, use it. I beg you to use it because again, guys, I want to see you guys stay in business, but more importantly, I want to see you guys protect more families because again, the more business that places, the more business that gets you paid, and the longer you can stay in business and help more families. I'm going to make sure we didn't miss anything. I'm looking through my notes. Anything else that you wanted to add on, guys?
No, another really popular product Josh didn't really touch on, but is really popular and I really, really like is for the clients that are like younger, they're looking for something permanent. The continuation product is phenomenal. It's a term. So the way it works is let's just say instead of it just expiring at the end, like the regular term 100 or the term 125, at the end of the term, it converts into a whole life. Premium stays the same. It doesn't change. So instead of expiring, it's 10% of the face amount. So if a client had 300,000, it's at the end of the term, it automatically converts to 30,000 and the premium stays the same. They don't have to requalify. It's like good for life. So for your people that are looking for like permanent coverages or whole life, it's the continuation product with AMERICO. What they just changed it. Can you double check what the exact name is? But it's the continuation. So it's great. I believe that one goes up to age 65. Yeah, it's just the continuation. Yeah, so just continuation. So if you have people that want just whole life, they're super young, guys, big, big, big. Why would you not get them more coverage? Instead of getting them a whole life at their age today, hey, how about we get this plan? You're going to get more coverage than just a regular whole life. At the end of the 30 years, it's going to convert into a whole life permanent, never expires, and you get an extra 25% for your you first bonus credits. So it's a big one, really popular. People love it. So.
And guys, let's say, well, just some little tips. We'll do a little Q&A too, guys, but little tips. If they get approved for like the term 100, okay, but they're like, man, that CBO sounds good. I think I want to do the CBO. They're approved for all the term products. The underwriting's the same. The term 100, term 125, the continuation, the CBO, all the underwriting is exactly the same.
So if they get declined, don't go try putting them with the other one because it's going to hurt you with your persistency. They already got declined for the term product.
So yeah, the underwriting is exactly the same. So all the term products are on one level. If they get approved, they're all approved. If they get declined, they're all declined. Okay. And a great little tip too that helped me. And again, you don't have to do it. It just really helped me. Guys, if I didn't know, let's say like, hey, Daniel, what medications do you currently take? And they start listing them off. And I'm like, okay, I have no idea what that is. What do you take that for? Okay. And I'm still like, dude, I have no idea. Right. And they want term. You don't have to go into any details. What you say is, Daniel, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to plug your information in with AMERICO. And the great thing about them, they're actually just going to tell me if I can get you approved or not. And guys, you don't have to go into any details. You don't have to go into any amounts. You don't have to sell them on a policy. Just go in there and plug in their info and see if they get approved. So if he went in there, Daniel, and I plugged you in and the term product, let's say the term denied you. I'm sure as heck happy I didn't sell you on a term 200,000 in coverage for 20 years, right? Because now you can't go back after that. Because once you get them declined with a 200,000, how are you going to show them an eagle for 30? They're going to be like, dude, all right, get out. You're done, right? Get out of my house. That's it. So guys, just do it. It's just a nice tip that helped me because I wanted to know, right? Because they're going to tell us within 10 minutes. And if they get declined, guys, let's say they get declined with term and you didn't go over any of the details or the information, I can pull all their info from the term and just plug it into the final expense product, the Eagle Premier. And I don't have to ask them all the questions again because I already have all their information plugged into the term application. So again, it's just nice to be able to do that and you look more professional and you can be honest with them. Hey, I turned the computer screen and I'm like, Daniel, they actually declined you for this product. Not a problem. I'm a broker. I represent all these companies, but they actually have another product I'm going to apply for you for. And if you can get them approved, then they're like, guys, you're more transparent with the whole process. And again, they feel more comfortable doing business with you. I got a decline in America before I was in. Yep. So Daniel, yep, great work. But yeah, it's just nice to be able to know because guys, I've done applications through other carriers, and then I don't know if they got approved, and then I wait 2 days, and then I got to call Daniel back and say, Daniel, I know you were pumped. They got you. You actually were declined, unfortunately. I'm going to go ahead and try you through a different carrier. Guys, sometimes they don't want to do business anymore because they're just not happy that they got declined, right? Some people are really competitive, and when they get declined, they're like, man, I don't even want to do it anymore. So it's just, again, it's just an easier process if you're able to pivot right away and you can do it right on the spot and show them, or on the phone, and you can tell them, Mary, you're actually approved for coverage. You must be healthy. They approved you for the max benefit up to 30,000. I know you said you only wanted 10, but I'm just going to go and show you what 30 is just because they already approved you for that much. Guys, sometimes they take it. Sometimes they take the max because they got approved for it, right? It's like a credit card, guys. Who on here has applied for a credit card, right? And you're like, man, I just need like $5,000. That'd be cool. And then it comes back after the application and they approve you up to like 15. And you're like, I didn't need that much, but I'm glad I got approved for it. Guys, it's the same thing with the life insurance. It's not a bad thing if they can afford it to get more coverage for their family. So I hope that little tip helps. If you're not doing it, try it. Try it. Because again, it helped me. And again, it just, I like being able to show my client, if they get approved, Eagle Premier, it'll actually show 30,000. Congratulations, you've been approved for the max death benefit up to 30,000. Continue on with the application. Guys, I show them that message. I turn my laptop and I tell them, hey, you've been approved for up to 30,000. We'll go ahead and complete the application.
Guys, I know I don't work backwards. I start with AMERICO. You're hurting yourself because you're getting denials on your client's checks. So when AMERICO runs MIV, they're not giving it a hard check. It's a soft check. When you choose to avoid AMERICO and go the other companies and then come back to AMERICO, the other companies, you have to complete the application. So it's going to give you a denial. Well, now that denial goes on the client's MIB. So when you try now going back to AMERICO, it's going to see that they were declined coverage. So you're hurting your clients again by not starting with AMERICO because AMERICO is doing soft credit checks with the pre-check. Everyone else is going hard credit checks because you have to finish the whole application and then it gives you a denial. AMERICO is never going to hurt your clients. So if you're working backwards, again, all you can do is pre-check, but don't do that. Start with AMERICO and then pivot out. I like to tell my clients that they were approved. So I was always going AMERICO, and then it was either going to be AMAM or Aetna. And if those two didn't go, I was always went Prosperity. And then final option, Prosperity didn't approve, was AIG. But that was like my train of command. Everyone else, I was kind of like, I want instant approval. If you have a long underwriting, I'm not writing you. That was like my thing because I did not want to have to call my clients back telling them, hey, you're not approved. I got to go back to see you. I like to already have applications that are going to give me the option right away. AMAM, if they go to underwriting, it's going to give you 3 options. Same thing with Aetna and same thing with Prosperity. So again, I don't have to redo the application. I already have it. It's already good to go. And it's going to approve them either way. It's either going to be level, modified, or graded with all those 3 options. So definitely AMERICO, then AMAM or Aetna, and then
Kyle,
Prosperity.
guys, and then again, this is what I did. You don't have to do it. If you you do your own thing. I stick with the A's. AMERICO, American Amicable, Aetna, and AIG. All the A's. AMERICO, American Amicable, Aetna, and AIG. Sean Lazier. Aetna. Yeah. And guys, like Alondra,
easy one.
Like Alondra was saying, most of those times they're going to have instant decision. Instant decision. Okay. AMERICO's nice because they do it mid-application. Midway. So you don't even have to collect the banking from the client to know if they're insurable or not. So, and again, it's just a great way to build that trust with your client. So, which is really cool. But again, American Amicable, you'll submit the whole application and at the end, they'll tell you. And Aetna, the same thing, all the way at the end. And then AIG, guys, there's no health questions. It's just a guaranteed issue product. So typically it's going to be for our clients on dialysis, recent heart attack, recent cancer. Yeah, current cancer. So that's why we would go straight to AIG. Okay. But not to dig into too much of those other carriers, but that's just kind of the way I would do it. And if you've got those carriers, it's a great thing to go through that route too. Because again, those are going to pay you the most and they're going to give us the most approvals for the quickest for the client.
Do you want to open up questions?
Yeah, guys, I think that's we don't want to throw too much at you. I hope that helped. If this helped, guys, if this helped tonight, can you give me a 5 in the chat if this helped? Stacy, awesome. Daniel, awesome. Rebecca Esteban, awesome. I hope it helped. And guys, we just want to make this thing so dang simple. And if you don't know whether the client's going to get insured or not, just plug them in, run them through the pre-check and just tell them, just be so straight up. Hey, Carlos, I have no idea if they're going to take you or not. I would approve everybody. If this was Josh Insurance Company, I'd approve you all day. Right. But let me go ahead and plug you in and I'll see if they'll go ahead and take you. If they approve you, great. If not, I'm going to pivot to another company and we'll go from there. This will take about 5 to 10 minutes. How's that sound? Guys, that's exactly what I say. Exactly. Because guess what? They laugh. They feel more comfortable. And if I don't need their banking. Guys, it's just another form to gain trust. Because if they're approved, then I can kind of move through it. And they're a lot more comfortable with me through the process. So we'll go ahead and open it up for questions, guys. Go ahead and ask any questions in the chat and we'll go one by one. We'll probably do about 5 questions if you got them and we'll go from there. Esteban, do we have access to previous Wednesday trainings?
Yes, they're posted in YouTube. So every Wednesday they are posted. So you can go to our Ffl Relentless YouTube and go ahead and check them all out. They've been awesome. We've had great feedback. So we're definitely going to keep doing them. Before we forget, the week has ended today. So once you guys are done from the field, if you guys can go into relentless.submitnumbers.com and submit your total AP, your total annual premium for the entire week. So make sure you guys are hitting appointment counts, how much appointments you booked, how many you actually sat, and what you guys closed. Click your VP. If you have no idea who your VP is, if you guys are new, reach out. We'll definitely help guide you in the right direction. But we want to make sure everybody gets counted for. This is what we use to track everybody's promotions. Everybody's running for the next comp raise. They're running for the next promotion when it comes to managing, hitting your logos and hitting VP. But most important part about all this is it's going to allow us coaching. It's going to allow us to personally be able to help see where the leak is, right? If you're not hitting the numbers that you want, it's easy to go back to the submit, check what your numbers are, check with what your stats are, and see what needs to change. We're not running enough appointments. What needs to change? How much are we really spending on leads? We are hitting appointments, but maybe we're just not getting enough sits or our call to closes. We're getting people on the phone. We're just not closing. Something is wrong with our in-home. Something is wrong with what we're saying during our presentation. What are we saying? What do we need to fix to help fix that? Because if you can get clients in front of them, there should be no reason why you can't get an application. So this is all meant for coaching everybody. So make sure that you guys are submitting your numbers so we can be able to help you guys. There's no reason everybody full-time can't write 30,000 every single month. It's very, very simple. It just comes down to how is your schedule planned out? How are you structured for the week? If you're full-time, are you truly, truly working 40 hours a week? Because a lot of us say we're full-time, but we only work 2 days, or we call it quits at 5 p.m. But then we don't work the weekends. Guys, we need to get ahead. We need to actually work. I promise you, if you hit your appointment count, you will make the money that you guys want to make. There's no reason you can't deposit over $20,000 in 1 month. But it starts with you and tightening up your schedule. So I'm excited for the whole submit thing. So please make sure you guys finish submitting. Post once you've done in the group me so we can see who's all ahead. But this is the best way to help you guys. So let us help you. Just meet us halfway.
Yeah, guys, and Kimberly, I just read through. You got to lead with AMERICO on every single one because those carriers, if they're not instant, I mean, it just makes it hard for you to go back to that client time after time after time. You got to run them through because again, they're going to tell you right there on the spot, which is good. So Roxanne, if you're going full time, you want to be running at least 30 appointments, and that's in the field. And if you're doing it over the phone, you want to be able to talk to at least 20 to 30. Because again, that's how you're running your appointments over the phone. So you want to be presenting to 20 to 30 people a week if you're doing it from home, telesale.
I think that's it.
Scroll up. Any more, guys? We're going to scroll back to see if we missed any.
Just shoot it. Do pre-check.
Yesenia, so to provide for a couple, do I have to write a policy for each person? So guys, what I would do, someone, if say if it's a husband and wife, I always recommend to have each of them have a policy, right? Because the benefit of that, I want the policy. So say the husband and wife, the wife passes away. You don't want that whole policy is done, right? It's going to pay out and be done. You still want the husband to have a standalone policy for his family as well. So I'm always showing both and going off of budget and needs analysis, guys, on the credibility sheet. I'm figuring out how much income is the husband pulling in, how much is the wife pulling in, and that's going to help me dictate how much coverage I'm going to get for both. So, and then go off of their budget too. So make it make sense for them.
Manny, back to your question. So, I mean, for us, it's very simple. Again, I never lead with National Life Group. Just because a lot of things, especially as they get older, there's a lot of things that play in. It's not just medical. A lot of the times it's credit. They will decline people due to credit, debt, motor vehicle report. So there's a lot more things that go into it. It's still considered a fully underwritten policy. Sometimes they just don't require you to do meds. So again, I'm not going to work backwards with getting them declined. So I always will get them, again, I always secure just their term policy, or their cash back. And then I add as a supplement. If they approved it, then that gives me a shot to add it as a supplemental, but I'm never working backwards. That's kind of like the biggest thing. And you're in a state that has living benefits. So when it comes to the other company, they only have certain percentages amount. Like I think it's like 50. It's just, they're all different percentages. None of them are 100%. Whereas AMERICO, it's 100% each living benefit. So that's the biggest thing that is going to make it is just straight, whatever the coverage is, that's what your living benefit is. So there's no reason why I wouldn't be leading with AMERICO where you're at.
Oh, and then what are your ages for the term products, guys? I'll give it to you, but go on your quoting tool and just plug in the ages and learn for yourself because you got to know them, right? But on the cash back, it starts at 20 and goes all the way up to 60. And guys, just future reference, right? If they're over 50, it's going to be a pretty penny for the cash back. So just know that going into it, and definitely go through the financial inventory to make sure that they have the budget to even show them that product. Okay. So it makes a lot of sense for my clients 20 to 45 ish. Anything after that, you want to make sure that they can afford it. Okay. Term products for younger people, guys. Yeah, I'm definitely going cash back because it just makes more sense to get all the money back if they outlive it. And then on the other, like the term 100, it goes from 20 all the way up to 75, which is really cool. So it can help protect our older clients.
Ale, mortgage protection is just a term policy. It's just like a name for what, like a burial coverage or whatever. So it's just how you word it to your client. So it can be a term, any term with any company. It can be a whole life. It's just how you word it. Again, guys, a lot of the times go with budget and what the health is. So what carrier do I like for each client? It's whichever one's going to approve my client. At the end of the day, that's all I care about. I want an approval. So I'm not going to go run them through someone else. I'm going to approve them with who I know based on the cheat sheets, whatever the underwriting genie tells me, that's who I'm running it with. So there's not a favorite that I go to. I just like the one that's going to be in place when my client passes away. So again, instant approval, it means it's a big deal. I want to leave the house knowing that my clients know that we took care of this. You don't need to shop about this anymore. I like telling them you're approved, you're done. We don't need to worry about this anymore. So yes, guys, mortgage protection is just another name for insurance. It's all insurance. It's all in the life insurance umbrella. It's just how you word it. It's just term. It's just a term. It's just insurance. It's permanent. It's whole life. I have plenty of mortgage protection appointments that I sold them whole lives with Eagle and Eagle Premier. And I didn't word it as a final expense policy. I just said, hey, this is a permanent policy. This is your equity protection plan. It's the purpose of this policy is to protect the mortgage. This is why it's mortgage protection. If you have a term, what's the reason for this term? It's mortgage protection. This is what's going to pay off your mortgage. So that's just a little trick. But if you're in sitting there with clients, guys, and they're like, I want mortgage protection, I don't want life insurance, I'm not going to say that this is life. I'm not going to tell them this is a term policy. I'm going to say, okay, this is your mortgage protection policy.
Yeah. And guys, real quick, how many of us on the call come from a different company? Put a 1 in the chat. I'll wait. I want to see how many. Another insurance company, IMO, whatever it is. Okay. So most of the time, guys, these big like IULs or these big $1 million policies or these big like these one-offs, right? They don't really ever come from leads. They come from people we know. They come from referrals. Guys, and that's one-off business. You guys do what you're good at, right? Like if it makes more sense to write a big IUL for your referrals or your buddies or your family, guys, go do that. But all we're saying is if you're running leads, which you should be, right? And so you can generate more of a consistent business, you want to stick to the simple stuff. Stick to the simple stuff. And that's why we run through AMERICO, because it's the most simple. And that, guys, that's just what it is. I'll keep it 100 with you like that, right? And whatever, most of the people that come from a previous company probably know more about like the in-depth IULs and all the gizmos and gadgets and all of the policies and stuff like that. But guys, I guarantee you, most of the people here at FFL, we're going to write way more business just because we're running leads and we're seeing more people and protecting more families. Because guys, the market we're seeing is middle America. Middle America just getting by, right? Making money, making their mortgage payment. They want to make sure they have insurance in place. So keep it simple. Write the simplified issue stuff on the leads. And if you got one-off stuff like that, reach out to your manager or upline or whoever can help you structure the policy correctly. And guys, call the carrier. Call the carrier. That's what I would do. If I got a one-off situation, I'm going to call those carriers and see what's the best product for my client. So I hope that helps. But guys, we're going to go ahead and end it. We went for an hour tonight. I hope you guys got a lot out of this. We did record it. But guys, just keep it simple, man. Keep it simple. Run your pre-checks. Get comfortable running the application. But guys, once you get good, you can literally figure out in 5 minutes whether the client's insured or not. And then, because then we're kind of working backwards. Then we can kind of, they're pumped about their coverage and we can kind of go from there. But I hope everybody's pushing for their bonus, guys. I hope everybody in December near Christmas times gets a nice check from AMERICO. But that alone, guys, is a reason we need to really push our clients to get approved for coverage they can afford. And you guys will have a nice check coming in December. So that's all I got. I'm going to pass it to ALONDRA. Anything you got finishing up? So anything you guys need, please let us know. But guys, take massive action. None of this stuff matters. Product information. This is 5% of the business is the product knowledge. 5%. Get out there, mess up a ton. And guess what? You're going to get better on every appointment. You'll get better. You'll get more confident. I know you're probably it's nerve wracking right off the top, right? Guys, if you're going through that struggle right now, it's normal. But the more you work and the more consistent you get, the better you get. So work your butt off, guys. If you need anything, reach up and reach out. But we will see you guys tomorrow at the hierarchy call, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. And we'll see you on, guys. Thank you.